Hey traders, what's up? Todd here. Just want to do a Intel trade setup here for you heading into earnings. We have earnings on the 17th, I believe, of October, 18th. And what you'll see here is we're moving up here pretty well to start with the chart. First thing you'll notice is let's pull the fib apart. The first fib is the fib extension of this correction. Okay, so we are in an uptrend, right? Trend is up. Any move against the trend is a correction. So the way you study that is with what we call a Fibonacci extension. That's the specific tool. And the extension that we're studying right here is in purple. I'll just drag them across to get them over current price. And we're matching up at the low right there. So we're at the 1272, which is your first step as a trend extends upwards. And then if we're going to break through, like I believe we should, we could get up to the 1618 extension. On top of that, we have a Fibonacci projection. Okay. And what you're doing there is with an extension, just going back, you're studying a corrective wave versus a trend wave. On a projection, what you're doing is projecting a past trend wave to the ongoing trend wave. And those guys are in yellow. So we're just doing a distance here from this low up to the high, and then we're going to project it off the end of the correction. So you're just comparing trend to trend. The yellow is the 100% projection. So this is called like your measured move or A equals CD, like two-step. There's a whole bunch of names for it. So whatever, it's 100% fib projection. That's at 38.67. On top of that, you have this thin red line here, which is our proprietary indicator, the power waves. And they're calculated from a bunch of the different trends and corrective swings that are denoted by those purple and blue dots. All together, guys, you got a big zone of resistance from 37.88 up to 39. The NASDAQ's acting strong here. I think it's acting well. I think it wants to poke through. So I'm going to take this zone of resistance that is being tested. I think it's going to break through and head up to the next zone of resistance that is from Fibonacci projections, extensions, and you have the major power wave, the thick red cell level up here. So I think there's going to be a jump from orbit, this kind of orbit up to this one into 41 area. And of course, as I said, earnings are coming up. Now, what's interesting is Intel guided higher here on September 16th, and you saw pretty good implied volatility move up ahead of that guidance. Since then, we've begun to back away. That's not that uncommon. If you look back at the prior earnings, we have an earnings release here. Implied volatility spiked a week or two ahead of time. You have earnings here. Implied volatility spiked. Let's see. The high was April 7th. Volatility or earnings the 19th. So about 12 days, whatever. Over here, volatility, earnings right there. Volatility spiked a couple days ahead of time. Just about a week ahead of time. And that's even with a falling stock. So what that means, guys, is and this is pretty common with stocks, is vol spikes. Implied volatility spikes a certain period before the actual earnings event. So if you pull all that together, what I'm saying is Intel goes from 38.5 up to about 41. Vol could be at the top end of the range with the past kind of implied volatility leading the actual earnings event. So implied volatility tops out ahead of earnings. So we are in a potentially rich implied volatility environment. Plus, the overall stock market is stabilizing. So I think vols should be decreasing. It's a good opportunity, I think, to play a potential top implied volatility with a directional move up in Intel. So here's what I'm looking to do. As we go over to the trade tab, I'm already long Intel. I have what do I have left? I've got the 37.38 half call spread. We're getting close to that short strike, so that's good. This is what's left over from a 37.36 put spread. We took max profit on that. We bought the 37 puts back at a nickel, so no problem there. So we're still long, so we got to look to take the profits, and I'm going to look to switch it out with this trade, which would be... So here's what I'm looking at for this Intel. It's kind of like a pre-earnings trade. It's a little unusual. I mean, we're actually going short vol, applied volatility ahead of earnings, which I think with the guidance and what Intel's done in the past and the overall market stabilizing, I think it makes sense. So what I'm doing is the 37.38 put credit spread, and then the 41.42 call spread. So these are all credit spreads. So we're selling the 41 calls, buying the 42s. That's a call credit spread. Selling the 38, buying the 37 puts. That's a put credit spread. Altogether, you get 43 cents for a dollar wide spread. That's pretty solid. And then here's the risk graph up here. There's going to be break even about 37.58. Um, um, we're good in terms of profits. $430 profit, all the way from 38 bucks where we are, all the way up to $41. Okay, and then once we get through 41, the break even on the downside is 41.42. This is obviously theta positive. You can make $7.46, and that'll increase as we get closer to expiration. It is positive delta, which is good because we do think the stock is moving up, negative gamma, and we are negative vega, which is what we want, right? So we want the volatility to drop. But I just want to focus on, the upside target's 41, break even is 41.42. As we switch back, that's perfect because this cluster of resistance is exactly what we're working towards. We'd love it to go right up into that point. Past earnings, that's fine, and if it backs off from that, like that's good too. So let's go ahead and put the trade on. I just sent this out to all customers. Let me just make sure we're good there. So here's the trade that we are sending out to our research customers. New trade alert: Intel long tier 3 full size. Iron Condor heading into earnings using ARC monthly. Sell 38.37 put credit spread. Sell the 38 puts. Buy the 37 puts. Sell the 41.42 call credit spread. Sell 41 calls. Buy 42 calls. Total credit received in the trade should be 42 cents or more. Boom. And then send it to all my clients. Let me hide that so their phone numbers don't pop up and you call them. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's see if we can get create duplicate order. Where's the mid price? 43 cents. Let's see if we can get filled. And that trade is working. And I always like to go in as soon as you put in an order, I like to go in working, hit cancel or place, and just see if they've adjusted the mid price. And they've not adjusted it. So we'll let it work here for a second. And that'll be the trade in Intel heading into earnings. All right. Good luck, guys. Hope it helps. And I'll see you in the next video update.